Hello, world. Let's talk about why it is challenging. It's gonna stop. It's gonna really slow the process down when you're desperate. When people are desperate in manifesting, one, you're pushing out the wrong vibration to manifest. You want to attract and not force. And when you're in that desperate mindset, you go to forcing. You go to, I need to make it happen. And whatever you push against, it tends to run away. You know, so you have to get out of that desperate mind state. You gotta take manifesting as sort of like a project in a way. You gotta tell yourself, like, before I choose my desire and I get in detail with this desire, I have to know from the beginning I'm good with it and I'm good without it. See, with that, you take away the blockage of desperately needing it because in your mindset, you're good with it. Okay? And I'm good without it. Because when you show or push out that vibration of needing it, you're really pushing it away. Why is that so? Because you confirm to the universe that you don't have it if you need it. This whole thing is about assuming the wish fulfilled. Living in the end. And if you're living in the end, you already have it. And if you assume the wish fulfilled, your assumption is you've already got it. So, think about that. When it comes to manifesting, you manifest it immediately in this spiritual realm. So, mentally, you already have it. And it just has to come down into the physical. But you just need to hold on to that vision and thought and make it strong so it manifests in the physical. So things start shifting for you to obtain it and for you to have it. Think about it. In relationships, that person that's desperate, that person that really wants that guy or that girl, that desperate, it's a slim chance they win. But a lot of times it end up pushing that person away because they're vibrating at a state of lack. If a girl was forcing their way up on me, I'm gonna be like, man, what is wrong with you? I mean, what is the rush? You know? So when you're in that state of desperation and lack, you're in a needy state. I need it. I need it. I'm anxious. I gotta get it. I'm nervous. It almost erupts a fear emotion also. Because you start planning. And it ain't your job to worry about the how. But you're going to worry about the how. You got fear, you got worry. So you got neediness, anxiousness. nervous, worry, fear, because you're desperate. But tell me, if it's all about vibration to attract the things, and you attract things that you're in a vibrational match with, what does these emotions, what are they pushing out? They pushing out everything on a low vibration. So how are you going to attract when the vibration or the thing that you want is up here? And you're at a low vibration because you're desperate for this thing. So I don't know why this came to my mind, but it was like, choose your manifestations carefully. Because if you choose something like oh, I need to manifest $5,000 by next week. That's going to put you in survival mode, reaction mode, and you're not going to attract it. I'm sorry. It don't work like that. You're too desperate. You don't have it. You need it. And that's not the way the manifesting process works. They say this manifestation work. I need to manifest a car by 2 weeks. Yeah. See, y'all might not be getting it. If you need to manifest something at a certain time, you are definitely without a doubt reinforcing that you don't have it. You are definitely reinforcing the fact that you don't have it if you need it in 2 and 3 weeks or a month. But this is why I talk a lot about blocks in alignment. Because if you don't know how to have all these tools to work with the manifestation, it's gonna seem like, man, this stuff don't work. Man, this stuff is like, oh, I tried. And you get mad and then you give up. And you're like, well, I might as well go back to forcing everything in life like I was doing. You know? So you might want to think about this during the process of manifesting. Choose your desires and have that state of mind that I'm good with it and I'm good without it. Almost have a nonchalant attitude when it comes to manifesting your desires, because it's so easy to get into that zone of forcing instead of attracting. You'll be too busy forcing, knocking yourself out of alignment, as opposed to being in this neutral, calm state and attracting what you want. And making the universe shift to line up for you to attract your desires. You in the wrong frequency. When you're at that state of lack, scarcity, anxious, you're in the wrong frequency. You're vibrating at the wrong vibration. You might, well, not might, but you're going to attract more examples and situations of worry, fear, and lack and scarcity. That's what you're going to do because you're in a vibrational match with that, you know? So you really got to think about being in that desperate mindset when manifesting. It just makes so much sense when you use that chasing. The more you chase, the further you push it away. And it works on a lot of different levels, but it's funny that relationship stuff, it works like that. And if a guy goes up to a girl and begging and hounding her, you're not gonna do it. And you're gonna push her away. But the minute that you act like you don't care, you don't want, or you're not chasing, the minute people attract to that. That's funny. That is so true. So don't be desperate for nothing that you're manifesting. Don't get too attached to what it is that you're manifesting. You gotta get into this feeling like, I already have everything. I just want to experience these things. See, you want to do it in least resistance as possible is how you manifest. In least resistance. And being desperate is going to cause resistance. Now, I'm not saying people haven't manifested something out of desperation. I'm not saying that. But I am saying you're at the wrong vibration to do so. And it's going to cause a lot more resistance in the process. That is a fact. Because you're forcing and you're chasing and you're not attracting. So, that's something to think about. Let go. Or that's when you get to that law of reversed effort. You're not desperate, you just let it go. Like, okay. When you desperately look for something in the house, it tends not to show up. But when you sit down and relax and say, man, forget that, you find it a little bit later. Because you're vibrating at the wrong frequency. And I'm going to end it with this. When you're manifesting, there's no need to be desperate. You put your desires out there. You have the mindset that if I'm good with it, because I was already good in the first place. I'm just creating this feelings and stuff about this thing. I was good in the first place. You know? But when it comes down to it, you really don't have no other choice in this process of manifesting but to trust. You go through a process of getting detailed with your desires. You go through the process of getting concrete and saying, okay, this is what I want. You get to a process of belief. Okay, I've thought about it so much. I've convinced my subconscious mind and impressed my subconscious mind. Now I believe I can get it. Things start shifting. That enforces that belief, like, man. Then it goes to that knowing. Have you ever felt that? That process of like, man, I know I'm going to get it. I feel it, I know it. Then, after knowing, it goes to detaching, using the law of reversed effort. Letting it go. I'm not forcing it. I'm not pushing it no more. It's done. And you will get to that feeling like I can work on another manifestation now. But think about it. When you're desperate for something, You are in a lack because you're desperate for it. You're telling the universe that you don't have it. You're in a scarcity mindset. You're in a needy, anxious, nervous, fear, worry, vibration, which are all on a low frequency. So you're not in the vibration of attracting. You're more in the survival, fight or flight mode. You're in those vibrations where you feel like you gotta force it, and you end up responding or reacting to get it in maybe not the best way, you know? I had made another video talking about, I don't know, it was a long time ago. Well, it couldn't have been that long ago. I ain't been doing it this long, but it was about forced action versus inspired action. You know, when you try to force something, it tends not to work. And I use the analogy of somebody wanting a car and they're going through the manifesting process and they feel like it don't work and they getting desperate for it, and they end up taking action but not inspired action. This guy comes and says, instead of aligning up and knowing that it's coming, the right car for you, he sort of override it and went to forcing it. And when he stepped into that vibrational state, he started attracting other people in that need. Shoot, somebody need to sell a car now. And then they approached him and he was like, man, it's kind of like mine. Do it work? Because you're desperate. Instead of just waiting for that inspired action to get the right car, you put yourself in a vibrational match to attract other people that are in that desperate mindset. And he ends up buying a lemon. Then the other guy was waiting, trusting, and waiting for inspired action, and things are lined up for him, and he was at the store and somebody gave him a card and it was the right card. He went to the dealership. The dude said, any of our cars, they always work good. We got 5-star reviews. And what else he said? Well, what else I thought about? But anyways, he said, we got 5-star reviews and we got a 1-year warranty. And it made him feel good. And so that was when he took inspired action. It wasn't no force nowhere. It wasn't nobody trying to persuade him for his desires. He took inspired action. He actually waited till things are lined up for him to get the right car, and it ends up working. Now the other guy, car broke down because he bought a lemon, because he took the forced action. He was desperate. And we were taught to force and chase. I know it. We are just taught that. If you want something, go after it. You know what I'm saying? Chase it down. I remember some man told this dude, you want that girl, chase it down. She gonna give in eventually. Well, never got that girl. You know what I'm saying? So, but anyways, you can't be in that desperate mindset to attract the things that you want. That is not the way these laws of the universe work. They might seem to work in the 3D world, you know, but not in the spiritual world. You want to attract things in your life, you need to be in a vibrational match, and you need to take away those blocks of needing it, wanting it, confirming to your mind and the universe that you don't have it, when really you're supposed to be acting as if living in the wish fulfilled, living in the end as if you already have it. How can you do that and then be in a state of need and lack and stuff? So you have to be careful, like, of the manifestation. Like, wouldn't it make sense to be more in alignment so you don't even have to deal with these things, and you can just let the flow of the manifestation come in and be aware when people and things are lining up, because your intuition, your gut, everything, you got heart and brain coherence. You know how to control your vibration and keep a certain frequency. Wouldn't it be better to manifest once you know all that stuff? You done removed all the blocks that limits you. You got rid of the limiting beliefs. You don't have nothing going on but an open gate for whatever you desire to flow in. That's called tuning. That's called tuning up to attract. You know, you gotta work on these shadow work and work on these things to get you in a tune to attract the things you want. That's like fine tuning. Like, somebody bought a guitar, it might be not be tuned up yet. They might have to boom, yeah, man, let me do this, let me do that, to get it to tune so it can be in harmony. Sort of like us, since we're vibrating, we're giving off frequencies, we're not in tune yet to attract the things. And we might feel a certain way about it, feel good, but we don't know how to maintain that vibration and push out that frequency to attract. But I'm gonna tell you this, it is worth the process. And being desperate will definitely hinder the process of your manifestation. Being in a lack and scarcity mindset is definitely gonna hinder, slow, almost stop your manifestation. Being nervous, anxious, fearful, worried is definitely gonna put the brakes on the manifestation process. So, yeah, why desperation makes it almost impossible to attract your desires. Hello, world.